Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Western Association for College Admissions Counseling College Fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Kelsey, and I will be your facilitator tonight. Before we get started, we can go over a little bit of housekeeping items. The first up, your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you, but you can use the question and answer button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time during their presentations. This is just one of the many different sessionings happening, so be sure to check our schedule on the website. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/WACAC. Thank you all for being here. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenting school tonight. And that is, I believe we have Washington and Jefferson College.
Okay, hi everyone. Thanks for being here tonight. My name is Marlinda Dowdy. I'm an Assistant Director of Admission here at WNJ. Just jump right into it. So I always tell my students that I talk to, explore WNJ, get to know us, get to know the campus, come visit if you can, whatever it is. We even have augmented reality tours now. So that's a really cool thing. It's a lot different than just virtual. So check us out, ask questions. Where is WNJ? So WNJ is located in southwestern Pennsylvania and Washington, PA. We're 30 minutes from Pittsburgh Airport and about 30 miles south of the city. We have a shuttle that goes to a transit that can take you into the city. And we also have a shuttle that takes students to local spots in the Washington area, which is great. Lots of shopping, lots of places to eat if you have to get groceries. So that's always there. Our academics here at WNJ, so we'll touch on that, 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. 80% of those classes that you are going to be taking are going to have fewer than 20 students. So on average, about 16 students per class, if not less. And there are 123 full-time faculty. So no TAs, no one else is teaching you but those professors. For majors and minors, we have 34 majors and 35 minors. We are really well known for pre-health and pre-law, which you'll see on one of the next slides. We also have education. We do teacher certifications. We have engineering programs, but we're also known for business administration, psychology. The child development education obviously is a big one because of the education, but this is some of our majors and minors. As I said, our pre-professional programs, education, engineering, but really big in pre-law and pre-health. So we have a lot of students who graduate and go into graduate school, very successful getting into the ones that they pick. So acceptance rates are very high, 95 plus, sometimes in recent years. So they've been 100% of the students getting into those graduate schools. Not only do our students really, have a lot going on academically, but they also study abroad. 40% of students complete a travel experience, whether it's a short term during a J term, which is a 2-week time period before each of our semesters begins, a semester long study abroad opportunity, or what we have is a Magellan. So students are able to pick where they want to go, when they want to go in the summer months. We help fund it, and we've helped fund over 600 students since 2008 for their Magellan projects. Some of the examples right down there are listed for you, but there are so many others. I mean, 600 students have been awarded since 2008. So those are a lot of stories that students can tell about what they chose to do, where they went, how long they were there, what they studied. So whatever you're passionate about. Besides academics, studying abroad, we are an NCAA Division III for athletics. So these are our men's and women's sports. And then we also have a lot of campus life. So 80 plus clubs and organization with 5 fraternities and 4 sororities. There are intramural and club sports, and we have a lot of organizations on campus that for student diversity. So there are always students coming into campus. If we don't have something, they're creating it. So whatever you're passionate about, again, bring it with you to WNJ. We also have performing arts. I know a lot of students do performing arts on the side. They just do it for fun. It might help land you a job. So residence life here at WNJ, there are 28 residence halls. We have different types of living. So co-ed, all male, all female. There's suite style living, themed communities. We have a pet dorm, which is very popular. So students are really excited to get to their sophomore year and be able to have that. So with all of that being said, we really want you to be professionally ready when you graduate from WNJ, and we strive to work on that since the moment you step foot on campus. So as a freshman, we really help you to build your professional career and pathway. You have recruitment, job internships, or job and internship fairs, different internships and research opportunities. There's a lot of counseling, just one-on-one with somebody who's teaching you the ways, what you need to do after you're graduated and getting into that career. So everything is there for you, which comes to the outcomes. So all students will complete an internship or a career-related experience before graduation. And I'm not going to read all of this, but I think the one to highlight is 97% of our graduates are employed or continuing their education within 6 months of graduation. Big thing. We are on the leadership application, which is our application. It's free. We're also on the Common App. The only thing required to get you a decision is a transcript. Everything else is optional, but it's strongly encouraged. Accepted student profile, as you can see for SAT, ACT, if you choose to submit, those are the average, and the average unweighted GPA is a 3.5. These are some of our deadlines, but we do have rolling admissions. And then the cost of attendance here at WNJ, it's about $63,464. But our merit-based scholarships from that unweighted GPA, they range from $24,000 to $34,000. You can get a visit grant, and out-of-state students get a $2,000 visit grant. If you know an alum, it's a referral, that's $1,000. So it really adds up. Most students pay about $30,000 or under. I have some students paying like $10,000 or $5,000 for a year at WNJ. These are just some stories from two students, Kira and Alessandro. Wonderful, wonderful experiences for these students. I have worked with both of them in the admission house, and everyone I work with now is just, they love it here. They do so much and they're so passionate about everything. If you have any questions, I'll drop my email in the chat, but please reach out. And like I said, explore WNJ. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Lafayette College. So David, whenever you're ready.
Okay, sorry about that. First off, love the slide showing the statues with masks on. I think we probably all have beautiful statues on our campuses. Always love seeing a good mask photo. Hi, everyone. My name is David Mills. I am the Assistant Director for West Coast Admissions at Lafayette College. My email is on the screen there, but I will also make sure to drop it in the chat after I finish presenting. You can see a little bit about a little picture of our campus both behind me in my virtual background. It's very much autumn here in Pennsylvania. So the leaves are turning. You can see it actually, I think, in a lot of our backgrounds tonight, but a beautiful picture of our campus and our town in Easton, Pennsylvania. Lafayette is a small undergraduate liberal arts college of about 2,700 students. Our town, Easton, which you can both see in the background near the bridge there, but also in this beautiful lit up photo, is about 30,000 people. It's a beautiful college town. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but you can see in the bottom corner there on the map that we are about an hour north of Philadelphia and an hour and a half west of New York City. And that gives our students a lot of great opportunities to have both that kind of core college town, very much residential college campus atmosphere in their day-to-day lives, but with those bigger city kind of cultural opportunities, internship, job opportunities within easy striking distance down the road. But again, about 2,700 undergraduates, which gives us a nice small academic community. We have a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and really that gives our students a really easy opportunity to get to know their professors, and we are undergrad only. What that means is you're never competing with higher level master's or doctoral students for your professor's time or for research opportunities. Over 50% of our students do research with a faculty member during their time at Lafayette. And so that small academic community is really at the core of what we're building at Lafayette, but kind of nicely transitioned on the social side of things. It feels like a much bigger college experience because we are in the Patriot League, a Division I NCAA athletic school. We have 23 D1 sports. You have that big school spirit. You have that game day energy and that excitement on campus. We have a huge rivalry with our neighbors down the street. I won't even say their names, but one of the better rivalries and longest played football rivalry in the country, which is really exciting. And then, of course, social life on campus is huge. We have over 200 clubs and organizations for you to be a part of. And our students, 96% live on campus for all 4 years at Lafayette. And so they're there, our students are there to maximize their college experience. They want to be involved. They want to get as much out of it as possible. And those can be obviously resume builders, your community service groups, your student government leadership. You can be Greek life. We have a number of fraternities and sororities on campus. About 40% of our students are involved in Greek life. And then just a bunch of really great clubs and organizations to maintain your community, your cultural organizations, or just have fun. The salsa dancing club, the anime club, our spike ball club is incredibly involved at Lafayette. So whatever you enjoy doing, know that you can keep doing that with students that represent a lot of diversity across the country from all different backgrounds, ethnicities, walks of life. And about 58 countries around the world. We have about 8% of our students are international at Lafayette as well. So a really strong community offering, as you can see there, about 53 areas of study. We are liberal arts and sciences, the humanities, social sciences, fine arts, natural sciences, and engineering. If you look at our most popular majors, our engineering programs are always up there. Government and law, economics, neuroscience, psychology. Those are some of our more popular majors. But again, we have everything from the fine arts to the sciences and everything in between. Our town, a couple bragging points about Easton outside of obviously that lovely college town vibe. Fun fact is that we do have the birthplace of Crayola crayons. They were invented in Easton, Pennsylvania, and one of their factories is still there producing a lot of crayons every day. But some amazing festivals, the Garlic Festival, the Bacon Festival, our farmers market has been going strong since 1752. So you have that New England history, that heritage, that is a big part of the experience as well. Again, a couple things I want to highlight. Students are living on campus. There's a lot of amazing different residence hall options, 9 different dining venues, everything from sit-down restaurants to full all-you-can-eat buffets. And of course, again, that student engagement outside of the classroom. What are they doing to build their resume to be competitive when they graduate? You have 60% studying abroad, 50% doing research. I apologize for the sirens in the background. 81% are doing internships, externships, or other field experience to really find that success after they graduate. We are seeing 94% of our students are in a job in their field or in grad school within 6 months of graduating. We're seeing students, sorry, I want to make sure I have my screen on there. Okay, and then 91% acceptance rate to law school, 73% acceptance rate to medical school. We want to make sure our students are finding that success, and we are seeing that data clearly displayed. Of course, a few other facts. We are test optional for the next 2 years. We have a holistic admissions review. You can see the deadlines up there, and we meet 100% of demonstrated need and have some great merit scholarships. And with that, I'm out of time, so I will turn it over to my colleague from Penn State.
Awesome. Thank you so much, David. And you are correct. I believe Penn State is up. So whenever you're ready, go for it. And we will, here we go.
Great. Thank you so much, David and Kelsey. Thanks to everyone for joining all of us this evening. My name is Isabel. I am an admissions counselor here at Penn State, also an out-of-state recruiter. So I do work specifically with students from California and Nevada. So thank you again. As I get my presentation started, I thought I would open up with a little bit of a short video here just to give you an idea, give you a bird's eye view of Happy Valley. So Penn State, our main campus is University Park, which is what you're seeing here. This is the campus that I am based out of. It's our largest and our most popular and our most competitive campus with over 40,000 undergraduate students. You can tell the size here. We're located in the college town of State College, which is right smack dab in the middle of Pennsylvania. You can kind of tell from all of my colleagues here that we are all, I assume, East Coast schools out here in and around Pennsylvania. So you're going to get all 4 seasons at any of our campuses. We have Division I sports here at the main campus at Penn State, but as I'll talk about in about a minute or two, we do have 20 undergraduate campuses all throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So we're able to offer a lot of options and ways to customize your Penn State experience at our university. So again, some quick visuals for you. Here's State College in the upper left-hand corner, a little bit of a slice of campus on the upper right-hand corner. And of course, campus life is very vibrant and energetic here with all of the activities and clubs and organizations that our students can take part in, whether it's Dance Marathon, which is what you see here in the lower left-hand corner, the largest completely student-run philanthropic organization in the world, or fall football on Saturdays here. We have it all for our students. Penn State is a top 1% world-class ranked university. We have a very, very heavy focus on career preparation and career success. Our career services offices are located in all of our campuses, as well as embedded within each of our academic colleges. We are ranked number 9 by the Princeton Review, as you can see. We have a lot of study abroad opportunities for our students, over 300 of them. They range from the shorter 1-week-long embedded programs all the way to the more traditional semester abroad, full year abroad. We've gotten our Penn Staters on every continent on this globe except for Antarctica. Right now, our study abroad programs extend over 50 different countries. So literally wherever in the world you want to explore and kind of expand your academic experience, we have a study abroad program for you. We're a Research One university as well. So we allocate a lot of resources, a lot of funding to be able to support our students in participating in undergraduate hands-on research as early as your very first year. Our student to faculty ratio, despite being a large university, is still only 16:1. And of course, by attending one of our smaller campuses, you will have even smaller class sizes. Our 93% first year to second year retention rate is about 12% higher than the national average. And our 85% graduation rate is about 25% higher than the national average. With a large university comes a lot of academic opportunities for you. So we have over 275 majors. Our most popular are, again, those in our College of Business, College of Nursing, College of Engineering, but we have so much more than that to offer. I encourage you to visit our undergraduate bulletin. I've put the URL here. I'll also post a link in the chat here in a couple of minutes where you can explore all of our different majors. And we also have our Schreier Honors College open to students of all majors, and it's one of the top public honors programs in the country. And of course, on the other side, beyond academics, we offer our students a lot of opportunities to meet other students, make our campus feel like a collection of smaller communities. You'll get to meet students from all over the world that have come to Penn State and have shared in similar interests as you. So you can see the number here. We make it very difficult for our students to not get involved on campus because we have over 1,200 different student clubs, again, organizations, activities for you to take part in, whether it's Greek life, philanthropic organizations, club sports, clubs truly just for fun, pre-professional organizations, clubs that are devoted to cultural or religious or political affiliations. We have it all for you. Again, here are 20 different campus locations. Keep in mind, all 20 of our campuses are one university, one transcript, one application, one diploma that says the Pennsylvania State University. I'm going to put some links in the chat for you to explore all of the different campus options as well, but they vary in size, in location, and in cost as well. And really quickly, what's important in this is that we offer a 2+2 plan, which allows our students in almost any major to do their first 2 years at literally any campus. And their final 2 years, you will automatically transition to the ending campus that offers your degree. So a lot of flexibility there for our students as well. Here is our middle 50% admitted student profile. These are not minimums, neither are they guarantees. Again, just a way for you to gauge your chances of admissibility to Penn State. And I know I'm running low on time. Last thing here, as far as application requirements, we are test optional. So we only require an online application, whether it's through our My Penn State application, the Common App or the Coalition. Any one of those is perfectly fine with us. And then in our My Penn State portal, you will complete your self-reported academic record. And that is it. No essays, no letters of recommendation required. We just passed our November 1st early action deadline, but we are now enrolling admissions. So still continuing to take applications and offer admission after November 1st. And we do have the largest living alumni network in the world with over 700,000. So I hope you take interest in this opportunity to join a huge network of very successful, very happy Penn State alumni and join our Penn State family. And here is my contact information. Again, I'll put all of this in the chat as well. So thanks again for your time, and I hope to continue this conversation with you in the future.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And then moving right along, next up we have Jen with Franklin and Marshall. So whenever you're ready.
Thank you very much. Whoops, that is completely backwards. Okay, well, here we go. So I'm Jen Carrier. I'm with Franklin and Marshall College, and let's get started. There we go. Okay, so we are a small liberal arts college located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's a county of over 500,000 people, so well-populated area. We have about 2,400 undergraduates total. We are located about 70 miles west of Philadelphia, about an hour and a half north of the Baltimore, Washington, D.C. area. And I'd say, I don't know, 2.5 hours on the train to New York City. So for people that want that big city experience, they can certainly find that with pretty much ease. We're a historic university founded in 1787 by the Benjamin Franklin, and later joined with Supreme Court Justice John Marshall. So let's see, what type of students are we looking for? We want students that obviously want a small college campus experience. So we have about 600 students per each class, all undergraduate. We want students that really have a true love of learning. So you're going to find small class sizes, rigorous coursework, access to professors and research opportunities are abundant. We want students that want to be part of a community. So we do have 5 college houses that becomes the hub of each student's community. We offer over 100 clubs and student organizations, and we have a magnificent office of student and postgraduate development. That's like a giant career center. They are fabulous. They will take you, the student, from day one all the way through your experience at F&M, and they will prepare you for whatever step is next, whether it's professional school, graduate school, the workforce. You will be in good shape to move on to that next journey of yours. We also have a fabulous alumni network with over 26,000 people ready to help you out in the industry or field that you're interested in. We also want students that really want to be part of a diverse campus. So we have students from almost every state in the country, 51 countries represented. Let's see, about 1/4 of our students are international and students of color as well. And about 2/3 receive some form of financial aid. Talking about majors, we have about 62 different majors. And being a small liberal arts college, people think, oh, just humanities and social science, but we actually have fabulous engineering programs, environmental studies. We have all sorts of pre-health and pre-STEM courses. We have computer science, business, public policy, government. Those are some of our more popular majors. We actually encourage all students to explore, step out of your comfort zone, try new things those first 3 semesters of your experience. And then it's at the end of your second semester of your sophomore year when you'll actually declare your major. So you have time to check new things out and really explore new options. But even if you know what you want to do, you'll still wait till the end of your second year to declare. If you want a joint major, double major, or even craft your own major, you can do that too, working with your advisor and faculty members from the disciplines you're interested in. And you can certainly do a minor as well. Nuts and bolts, so we take the Common App or the Coalition app. We are test optional and have been since 1992, so it's not just because of COVID. We do offer interviews to our applicants, and I highly recommend them. They are very nice. You're just like having a conversation with the admissions rep. It's nothing scary. But they really can help you with your application. Deadline, so we have ED1, early decision, that's coming up in about 2 weeks on November 15th. We also have early decision 2 and regular decision. Those are both January 15th deadlines. If you want to apply early decision, if you think F&M is the place for you, go ahead and do that. The admissions rate is a little bit higher, so that's a plus. You'll know within 30 days of your acceptance decision. And you can also get an early financial aid estimate, so that can help you determine if it's actually the place for you. All righty, we do require the FAFSA and the CSS profile. We do give 100% of need-based aid, so we don't give merit aid, but again, we will give 100% of need-based aid. We don't want finances to keep any qualified students out. And we do award over $65 billion in aid each year. Again, we have the 5 college houses. They are your hub of your community. You're actually sorted into them kind of in the Harry Potter style, but they become that home base for you. They have great rooms, fireplaces, kitchenettes, a lounge area. They have all sorts of social activities. So it's a great place and a great start for your community there at F&M. And let's see, there we go. We're a Division III athletics. We have over 27 varsity sports. About a third of our students are actually student athletes. So even if you're not an athlete, you probably know somebody that will be. So I think there's a lot of support and excitement for the games and matches. And that's another fun social aspect. About half of our students study abroad. We have, like other colleges, students on almost every continent, and you can do pretty much anything you want. We have year programs, semester programs, and even programs in the summertime. So with a liberal arts education from F&M, you can do it all. And I am Jen Carrier. That concludes my presentation. So I'll pass it on to the next person. I'll put all my information in the chat for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jen. That was great. Next up, we have Drexel University.
Thanks so much, Kelsey. Hi, everyone. My name is Cheryl Tevlin. I'm an Associate Director of Undergraduate Admissions at Drexel University. So I'm really excited to talk to you tonight about a Philadelphia school. We haven't heard from any Philly schools yet. So we are located right in Philadelphia. It is a very urban environment. City streets run through campus. You see the skyscrapers really close by, but we are a full campus. It's not like you have to travel all over the city to get to your classes. Not like that at all. Campus is pretty much all together. It takes about 15 minutes maximum to walk from one side of campus to the other. And we're also residential. So you would live on campus at least your first 2 years. That's required. So it's really easy to get involved. Drexel is a tier 1 research university. So we're constantly pushing the bounds, innovating. We have very high number of patents each year. There's always a lot going on campus. You can participate in research with your professors, which is wonderful. We are a private school and we are mid-sized. So mid-sized meaning we are just under 15,000 undergraduate students. That's actually on the larger side for a private school, but what you're going to find is that this really isn't going to impact your classroom experiences in the way that you might anticipate. Median class size, as you can see on your screen, 19 students. Student to faculty ratio is 10:1. In fact, 60% of our classes have fewer than 20 students. Only 8% have more than 50. So depending on your major, you might have 1 or 2 larger lectures, but you're not going to have many. And that really comes down to our philosophy of education. We have a focus on experiential learning. So we do a lot of hands-on and project-based work, lab work, things like that, experiences that you can't have if you're in a large lecture all of the time. We offer over 80 majors across 15 colleges and schools, everything from engineering to business to nursing to computer science to media arts and design, with culinary arts and public health and esport business, just so many different offerings. If you know what you want to study, you would apply directly to your major. So all of our programs are direct entry. You know as soon as you get your admission decision if you've been admitted to that program or not, and you start taking classes in that major from day one. So we don't front load your gen eds. You're able to start taking classes in your program at the beginning. We sort of weave those gen eds throughout your curriculum. If you're not sure what you want to study, no problem. We have great undeclared options and a first-year exploratory studies program. The thing that really differentiates Drexel from a lot of other schools is our co-op program. So I mentioned earlier that we do a lot of experiential education, and the point of that is to allow you to engage with the real world before you get there in classroom settings, but also through co-op. So co-op is basically a more in-depth version of an internship. It is a 6-month break from your classes where you are working in your field of interest, often in a full-time paid position. So this is something we've been doing for over 100 years. We have about 1,600 different employers we work with all over the world. They're not just in Philadelphia. So you're able to try out your area of interest, make sure you like it. You're building strong connections and a resume. And you really are able to see, is this something that's a good fit for you or not? And that is important. You want to know that you actually like what you can do with your major. There are 2 options for most of our programs. So our schedule is a little bit different than some other schools to fit in the co-ops. We have a 4-year program with 1 co-op. You'll see we're on quarters. And we also have a 5-year program with 3 co-op. That's still a bachelor's degree. It's still 4 years of coursework. It's just spread out over an extra year. So you can get 18 months of work experience instead of 6, which is really beneficial if you want to take some time to explore and see what really is the right thing for you within your industry. Outside of the classroom, outside of co-op, we are very engaged as a campus community because we have that 2-year residency requirement. Students do a lot. We have over 350 clubs and organizations. We are Division I for sports. We have performing arts and Greek life. We're very involved in community service in and around Philadelphia, and that's something really important to know about us that really comes down to a lot of what we do at Drexel, that very community-focused idea. And then for a quick note of where we're located in the city, we're in a neighborhood called University City. We're one of 3 universities there. There are about 40,000 college-age students in the neighborhood, so it's got this great young adult vibe. It's like a college town, but you're in the middle of the 6th largest city in the country. Philly is such a great place to be for college. There's so much to do. There's great arts, culture, music, sports, food. There's lots of festivals throughout the year. Public transportation is really good. It's easy to get around. It's also very easy to get to other major East Coast cities using Amtrak. The main Amtrak hub is right next to our campus. You can also use Amtrak to go to the airport. It takes about 20 minutes to get there from campus, which is really nice, drops you off at all of the terminals. And then finally, for the application process, we are test optional for at least this year and next year. We do holistic review. If any of you apply, I would be the first person to review your application. And it's not just based on your grades or your scores if you decide to send them. It's based on your activities, your letters of recommendation, your essay. It's based on you as a whole person and how you're a good fit for Drexel, how we're a good fit for you. There is one exception to that test optional rule, and that's for our BSMD program. If you're interested in that program, the med school does require test scores. For financial aid, everyone's automatically considered for merit-based scholarships. You do not need to apply for them separately. For need-based aid, though, you do need to submit both the CSS profile and the FAFSA. And we are pretty strict on our financial aid deadlines. So we have early action, early decision, and regular decision. Your financial aid deadlines are pretty close to the application deadlines. I will drop a link in the chat in just a minute that goes to our view book. You can see all of the deadlines in there. And then if you do have questions, you want to learn more in the future, feel free to reach out. I'm actually based in California, so I've worked at Drexel for over a decade. I worked on campus for 7 years, and then I've spent a little over 4 years in Northern California in the Sacramento area. So if you have questions, we're in the same time zone. It's easy to reach me. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. For now, turn it back over to Kelsey.
Thank you. That was almost perfect timing. And then last, we have Gettysburg College.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you are with us right now. But hello, my name is Katie. I'm the West Coast admissions rep at Gettysburg College, and I'm so excited that you're here. So for Gettysburg, we are located in the very historic town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania in South Central PA. As you can see, far on the left, there's the map there. We're really close to some big metropolitan hubs on the East Coast. Washington, D.C. is about less than an hour and a half away. We use that a lot for our students, for faculty, anybody coming to visit, as well as Baltimore is about an hour away, and that's where the closest airport is. And we have a shuttle that goes about 6 times a day to pick up students from Baltimore Washington International Airport. So tons of ways to get to us if you need to. We are a all undergraduate liberal arts and college institution with about 2,600 students from all over the country and all over the world. And we're really focused on that with lots of our clubs and organizations. And we are 4-year residential, so about 94% of students live on campus all 4 years. The only year you can live off campus is your senior year. And I really think that helps build the community at Gettysburg. I really hope that you feel that community even when you come to visit. And we hope that you do. We also, in all of those clubs and organizations, they're all about identity or culture or community service. And it really does build a great bond between all of our students. Community service is something that's really big for Gettysburg students. We have a Center for Public Service, all about thinking critically and acting compassionately. So how can we help the community around us to best serve them? One of my favorite things on the slide, however, is the picture at the very bottom. And we have a lot of traditions at Gettysburg, and one of my favorite is the first year walk. Students walk through town during orientation to go to the cemetery where Abraham Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address. And you get to hear it in its original form and then think about and reflect on your 4 years at Gettysburg and how big of an impact you're going to make. So it's really big on campus. Academically, we have about 65 majors, minors, and programs. Lots of students double major, 2 majors, 1 minor, 2 majors, 3 minors, you name it, the combinations have been done. We have a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and 50% of students do research with the faculty. Since we are all undergraduate, as many of my colleagues have said so far at some of the other institutions, you're not competing with graduate students, so any opportunities are coming right to you. Our average class size is 17, so you're really going to not only know your faculty members, but you're going to know the people in your classes. You're going to go to clubs and organizations with them. You're going to go to lunch, all of those things. Lots of students study abroad. About 60% of our students will study abroad for at least 1 full academic semester. So that does not count students for summer programs. We have about 100 affiliated programs. As lots of people have also said, every continent except Antarctica, but you never know, maybe we'll work on it one day. But all of your aid and everything follows you, and there's a flight stipend to help you as well. We also have a conservatory. We have the Sunderman Conservatory of Music. So anyone interested in majoring, minoring in music, it is a great opportunity, but also about 1 in 7 students participate other than that. So all of our ensembles are open to every student that wants to join. We also have 5 distinctive programs on campus. I've already mentioned 2 of them so far, Center for Public Service and the Sunderman Conservatory, but another one that we really like to highlight is our Eisenhower Institute. It was given to us by the Eisenhower family. President Eisenhower retired to Gettysburg College and actually wrote his memoirs in our admissions building. So we have a deep connection to the family, but that institute is about public policy and leadership. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll put some links in the chat for later on. Also about academics, we have lots of new academic programs that are coming about. So we now have a business major. We also have organizational management studies, international and global studies. We now have a data science minor, and some new study abroad programs. We also are very big into pre-health. So we have lots of opportunities for students to get really involved in labs, and something that we really like to show our students are anatomage tables, which are virtual dissection tables. Basically, picture a giant iPad, and then you get to see all of the parts of the human body. We also have a new Eisenhower Scholarship for civic engagement, but something that we also really like to highlight is that 98% of our students are fully employed or in graduate school, at least with 1 year out. I happen to be also a graduate of Gettysburg College, and I can say that the alumni network is very active. It's about 30,000 people, and we really do try to make sure that there is someone there to help you throughout the way. Our Center for Career Engagement really helps students. That's why we have 80% of students completing at least 1 internship before they graduate. They're there to make sure that you're prepared every step of the way. It is a lifelong service. So even after you leave Gettysburg, you could be 40 years into your professional career and come back and ask them for help. Resume help, interviews. We even have a closet to help with students if they don't have the clothes that are needed. But we really are about helping our students at every step that we can. Okay, so applying nuts and bolts. We are a Common App only school. We do have holistic review. So we really are looking at all of those things on that list. We do offer interviews. I'd love to interview anyone if they are interested. You interview with anybody in our office, virtual or in person. Visiting, lots of opportunities for virtual visits, virtual tours, anything like that. We are test optional and have been for over 15 years. So we don't think that's changing anytime soon. We also have early decision round 1, which is November 15th, coming up soon. Or early decision round 2, January 15th, and then regular decision January 15th also. For merit aid, you are automatically considered for founders up to Lincoln just by applying. The Eisenhower Scholarship does have a separate application. We have STEM scholars for students in underrepresented realms of STEM, and then for need-based, we will need the FAFSA and CSS. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'll drop a bunch of information in the chat for you as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Katie. Thank you to our presenters. We do have a little bit more time, so I am going to pose a question for our presenters, and we can just go back in a round robin. Just one question for tonight, but probably a good one for our attendees. What is one thing that you want students to remember about your school? And we can just start from right at the top with Washington and Jefferson.
Okay, I'll go with my usual. One thing that I want you to remember about WNJ is that there's always someone to talk to, numerous people to talk to. It's kind of like our door is always open. So any questions you have, any interests you have, whatever it is you want to know, if you just want to sit down and like have lunch with me and talk about what your interests are and what you want to do in college, that's perfectly fine. You can do that with multiple people on campus. And I think that's something that is worth remembering, because if if you're junior or even a sophomore or something, and you're thinking about schools later on down the road, it might pop into your head that, oh, she said, WNJ is an open door. I'll go talk to someone there. But yeah, that's it for me.
For Lafayette College, I think the one thing I would want you to remember is not something I was able to touch on very long during my presentation, but our namesake, the Marquis de Lafayette, his core values were all about humanity, equality, and justice. They drive a lot of the things we do on our campus. And his rally cry, his motto was "Curn on," which means "why not," which is also our college's motto. And so when you think of Lafayette, know if you're joining our community, we are building a community of students who are asking, why not? Why not do research or study abroad or double major or join 10 clubs, whatever it is you want to do. We're looking for students to maximize that college experience. And if that's the sort of community you want to join and want to be a part of, we would love to have you.
At Penn State, so one thing we say a lot here is once a Penn Stater, always a Penn Stater. It's a lifelong relationship that you're going to have with Penn State as a student and as a graduate here. So, during your time on campus, we really want to make sure that you're creating memories and you're not just, preparing yourself professionally, but you're really maximizing your college years with us. And then after you graduate, again, being part of that huge alumni network is really something that you're going to be able to tap into throughout your entire professional life, whether it's just getting your career started or decades down the road when you're a little bit older and you want, a career change or just, advancement opportunities. You're always going to be part of a big family and a big network that's going to be there to support you every step of the way.
And so for Franklin and Marshall, our motto is "Forward Together." And I really think that community aspect is something that's really special about Franklin and Marshall. So not only do you have your college house that you're a part of and all the other groups that you're a part of, but people are very supportive. They want to work with you so you and they can succeed, and not just one of you has to succeed. So really just a very strong community, strong alumni network, strong Career Center, Office of Student Postgraduate Development. All of that comes together to really develop just a strong community foundation for you that you will take with you after you're far gone from F&M. So that's my answer.
Yeah, and for Drexel, it would be really that you have the flexibility to follow your passions, whatever they are. So if you look at our major list and you think you can pull together 2 or 3 different majors to create your own, great. You can work with our custom design program to do that. If you want to do research throughout your time at Drexel, you can just go to professors and talk to them about it, or you can work with our Office of Undergraduate Research to create opportunities, or they have a list of opportunities you can choose from. You can also create your own research opportunities. You can create your own co-op. I talked about those co-op experiences. If you have a particular experience that you want that we don't currently offer, you can go for that. So just very quickly, we had a student a couple of years ago who wanted to do this experience with a professor at Oxford, and he got in touch with him, and the professor was like, sure, I have research money I can use for you to come. And he went and worked at Oxford for 6 months. I mean, there are so many amazing experiences that you can have, and you have the ability to do that, and we have the resources to help that happen.
Great answers, everyone. I guess I get to go last, so I get to listen to all of your lovely answers about your institutions. But for Gettysburg, I would say we have a motto. It said, "Do great work." And we think that all of our students not only are doing great work, but are finding the work that they want to do themselves. So if that is making your own club, if that is being in multiple of our distinctive high impact programs, but whatever it is, you're making that work for yourself and you're really representing us, but also representing everyone around you. We have a really big impact here in Gettysburg and Adams County in general, and students do that every single day throughout the 4 years they're here and even beyond. So really making an impact and charting your own course are really big things at Gettysburg.
Awesome. Thank you, Katie. Thank you all again for joining us. Just a couple reminders. There is a quick survey after you close this window. A very quick survey will come up. It's about 5 questions. Please feel free to do that. All feedback is welcome. Please feel free to sign up for more sessions, even if they aren't this particular one, but there are more sessions on our website. And this recording will be available at strivescan.com/WACAC. Thank you all and have a great rest of your week. Goodbye.